Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we did get the rejection off the level we were looking at yesterday. We'll look at that on the lower time frames, but the interesting thing is what's happening right now. So Japan have announced a bond buying back program, or an accelerated bond buying back program, and obviously with the volumes as low as they are at this time of the year, the markets have reacted accordingly. And if you have a look at the Forex videos today, you'll see some very interesting things on the yen. So at the moment, we are kind of heading towards our next level, which is going to be roughly in this area, 37.69. I don't see anything else at the moment. Obviously, we have a confirmation of crossovers. We're below the 155 EMA at the moment, so trend is down. We haven't had a retest, so I would still want to see some kind of a retest, and I'm just going to put in that level as well because that is going to have some significance. So let's get down to levels that we need to be watching for trading. So first things first, this was the level that we were looking at yesterday. Basically it's an 8-hour level, and you can see we just got onto it. Pin bar, inside bar on the 3-hour, fairly late in the session. So fairly late in the session before the US market opened, and then we sort of plummeted. We only plummeted to the low and then sort of just hovered around here. That wasn't a massive move. The big move at the moment is this one here that we're seeing this morning. Now, to put this into perspective on the hour, and you can see trend was down, clearly downtrend. We're looking to be short off higher up on the hour. You would have been waiting at that swing low. That's what we looked at yesterday. As I said, it had been tested already, so sometimes you need to look for something a little bit different, and that's exactly what came through, which was this 38.74. That was a rejection down. This morning we've come up, we've tested the low of Friday. There it is there, and we've rejected that at the moment. I'm very reluctant chasing shorts down here. I want to see price reject a level higher up. So again, 15 minutes. You can see here from the 15 minute, and I'm just going to move this level here a little bit down. So that was your 15-minute level there. You can see there's your fractal there. That's your inside tail. And we rejected with a pin bar. You could have had an entry there. And you can see how it would have tested you 3 times. And that's because we were above the moving averages. That's why I say to you, whenever you're above the fast moving averages and below, or sort of in between, let's just call it in between the fast moving averages and the 155 EMA, typically it is volatile or ranging, so it can go either way. So that would have frustrated you completely. But then you did get opportunity down here as well. So there's the swing high there, broke back below it, up on it. There's your rejection off the level. So that's probably would have been a better bet there. And you can see that 76-point stop loss. And you would have written that down quite nicely through the day. So for today, what are we looking for? I think just bring these levels here. That's kind of the area that I'd be looking at the moment. So granted, it has happened after hours, but I'd want to see us back up in this area before paying any attention to this. So this is really low volumes, just based on the noise coming out of Japan this morning. So we need to wait for a pullback. Pointers jumping in down here. This doesn't mean that we are falling continuously. It is a pretty big and rapid move at the moment. So that is almost 1.1%, 400 points. So we're looking for shorts. There's no two ways about that. And the two areas, or should I rather say, yeah, I suppose that's the only two areas. There could be another area here, but I don't think that's going to materialize. So first and foremost would be this visit here, 38.23. That's what I'm looking for. Rejection of that. for a move down. Alternatively, looking for a pullback onto 3800, a rejection of 3800 for a move down. Just bear in mind that this is after hours trading. This 37.69 is probably what we're aiming for. You can see there's a bit of structure down there. So that's more than like what we're aiming for. If you look at this on the 8th hour, look at how oversold we are at the moment. So I would be a little bit reluctant here right now. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Pullbacks to be sold, but just bear in mind on the 8th hour that we are grouped to the downside, which does indicate oversold and potentially a change in the direction. So yeah, another day of being very, very careful. Keep your stops close and make sure of your entries. Don't just jump in on the stuff, because if you start jumping in, you are going to burn yourself. So that's kind of my view. And the other thing that you just need to bear in mind this morning is don't be too surprised to see all of a sudden the buyer step in and drive it to the upside as well. So anything can happen right now. You need to make sure that your levels are correct and just trade with what you see on the trends. And as I said yesterday, you know, your 5-minute, your 15-minute are the ones to watch. And you can see here in the 5-minute, as I said yesterday, for as long as we're in between here, we need to get above there for the longs, or we need to get below the structure here for, sorry, we're looking at the wrong day. You can see here, we had above the moving averages, you trade to the upside, but you can see the gaps coming here. And you can see what transpires. The minute you drop below the 155 EMA, you're looking for retests of structure. There was one there, there was one over there, there was more there. So that's pretty much, you know, if you're watching this on a 5-minute chart, you would have had quite a few entries to the downside once we'd crossed over at the bottom here. Obviously the reverse would have been true if we had broken structure here to the upside and then come back to test it. So today is pretty much the same thing. There's a range, we've broken to the downside, flag forming. So I'd be interested to see what happens here. If we reject these areas, all bets are off. We're looking for a move down. If we get above the current high this morning, which is 38.29, which is quite far away right now, but nothing's impossible, I'd look for support, and then that's going to set up a move to the upside. So that's kind of the view that I've got. Keep it on the lower time frames. You should get a pretty decent picture of what's going on. Anyway, hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.